Hey everyone, Matt here with All Around Music Podcast. Just wanted to give everyone a heads up that we had some technical issues this week with our interview with Rookie of the Year. Our internet provider there had an outage this week, and it started to happen in the middle of our interview and kind of all the way throughout. So we kind of edited it together and took out some of the sloppiness. So just to give you a heads up, it is a little choppy, but we wanted to, make it as best as we could for everyone. Thanks. Enjoy.
Like this. Yeah. Lick it. Yeah. Like this. Lick it. Like this.
We're back. We have a brand new layout for everyone this week. Things look different. Things are brand new. Hell, even Grant looks different.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. Episode 87. Getting up there. Getting close to that 90. This damn thing. We got a doozy for you today. Zach is in studio with us today. Grant is off today. He's at a concert.
Yeah, he's off today.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything to do with that.
He's that's not Grant. It's kind of like in Anchorman when Brick's sitting over there and he's just like, "You're not Ron." So Zach is filling in for Grant. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
Gonna have some fun today.
Oh, yeah.
Bring up our notes. But yeah, Rookie of the Year will be on at 5. We have a new guest in the studio.
What is this?
Hey, Lily.
Hey,
She's here for the studio hangs.
Oh, yeah.
What you doing? She's like, what's all this?
Hey, Nana. Hey. Hey. Okay, I'll let you guys back here.
She's like, I don't know about all that.
And right there, a star is born.
Yeah. That was her first feature film appearance. So yes, Rookie of the Year will be on at 5 p.m. It's going to be a doozy. So, jumping in, I should bring up the show notes.
Yes, you
Oh
should.
my gosh, that outfit. We're going to get rompers just like that, but for us.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be hot.
Yeah. Going to get little pockets for, I don't know, Chex Mix. I don't know. Some chicken nuggets or tots. Put some tots in there.
Oh, there's going to be some tots in there.
Give me some of your tots. Get your own. Yeah. So we have, we do this on this day in music just to bring back a little bit of the news and history over the years. I'm going to turn my headphones up a little bit. I can hear myself outside the headphones and it's kind of throwing me off.
Yeah, you get that like kind of slightly weird delay.
Yeah,
there.
it's like half a second delay. So on May 19th, 1979, Eric Clapton held a party at his Surrey house celebrating his recent marriage to Pattie Boyd. Clapton had set up a small stage in the garden, and as the evening progressed, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr ended up jamming together along with Clapton. Ginger Baker and Mick Jagger, the all-star band, ran through Old Little Richard and Eddie Cochran songs.
God, could you imagine what it would have been like to be there for that?
Right. Just be sitting there and be like, what?
I mean, of course, I mean, only somebody like Clapton could make that happen.
Right. And then somebody's over there like, hello. Playing in the garden. Yeah, that would be like if something like that happened nowadays, the world would explode.
Right? Well, I mean, things like that do kind of happen now. It's just we don't really hear about it until afterwards. Like, I've seen a lot of like Instagram videos and like people like posting stuff like,
Yeah.
somebody will do like a surprise get together at their house or something. Although this day and age, it's usually it's people that we
Yeah,
don't
they'll be
really
like,
care.
look who's here. Yeah, it's fucking Kanye. They'd be like, sup? Buy my shitty shirts. Please, I need money. So, yeah.
Let's see. May 19th, 2013, a guitar played by John Lennon and George Harrison sold for $408,000 at auction. The custom-made instrument, built in 1966 by Vox, was bought by an unidentified U.S. buyer in New York. Harrison played I'm the Walrus on the guitar in scenes from the Magical Mystery Tour in 1967. Lennon used it in a video for Hello Goodbye later that year. After playing the guitar, Lennon gave it as a 25th birthday present to Alexis Magic Alex Mardas, a member of the Beatles' inner circle in 1960s.
God, how do you be a part of the Beatles inner circle?
Well, you just got to give us lots of weed, man. Some LSD.
Hey, I wrote a song. Oh, hey, look, everybody, Ringo wrote a song.
Hey,
You-
where is that weed?
You know what we're going to do, Ringo? And put this right on the fridge where everyone can see it. All right. Yes, I got blisters on my fingers. I got blisters on my fingers.
Who was
Yeah.
it? Just recently, I was listening to. They were joking about like they were all trying to do Beatles impersonations, and like they were like trying to figure out because it got to the point where like they would start out trying to do Beatles impersonations, and then it just went off into like who knows where the fuck.
Right. I don't know what that was.
There was something recently I was just listening to. Maybe it was another podcast. I guess we don't talk about that. But
Shh. Shout out to KTTP. They are on your side. So this week we got a few shows going on around the local spotlight.
a few.
Yeah. We got a Tuesday show. Tuesday, May 22nd, the Doom Room presents Torn the Fuck Apart, and we'd be live at North End Pub. Doors open at 7 p.m. Show starts at 8 p.m. $5 cover, 21 and older.
Oh, let's see.
God,
Thursday.
that's a hell of a name. Torn the F apart.
Right. Thursday, May 24th, Eugene Chadbourne will be performing at the Spot Tavern. Doors open at 9 p.m. Show starts at 10. It's a $5 cover, 21 and up.
Yep. I don't know why I do that. I'm like, I found out the other day that I can do like the Facebook like thumbs up noise, like.
Oh.
Friday,
you have
May.
way too much time on your hands, my
Yeah,
friend.
yeah. Friday, May 25th, People's Live presents Crystal Peterson and the Queen City Band live at the Knickerbocker Saloon. Show starts at 8 p.m. $7 cover, 21 and older.
That should be good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Friday, May 25th, Kyle Bledsoe will be performing at Digby's Pub and Patio. Show starts at 9 p.m. No cover charge. It's all ages. This is going to be out on the patio.
Yeah. That'll be cool because they got like the lights and everything
Yeah.
up there and
It's
tables.
a nice place.
Yeah.
I'll hand it to him. It's a nice place.
I went down to Indy one night to hang out with a friend, and we went to one of the little microbreweries down there, and he was playing there. I was like, what?
Yeah. And Kyle's pretty good, man.
Dude, he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, it's Kyle Bledsoe. They're like, who's that? I'm like, just listen.
Yeah, just shut up and listen.
Yeah, you'll know. Saturday, May 26th, Easton Corbin will be performing at the Lafayette Theater. Show starts at 8 p.m. Tickets available on ticketfly.com. Get your tickets. I hate it when I say words different. There was two good headlines, quick headlines.
Two good headlines. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. So, Francis Bean Cobain's ex gets Kurt Cobain's MTV Unplugged guitar in divorce settlement. Oh, God, I'd be pissed, though.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
So you think he won the divorce?
It sounds like it.
Yeah. Damn.
God, and they weren't even together that terribly
Right.
long.
Do you think that somebody that would acquire something like that would even take care of it?
What I want to know is, how does any judge in their right mind give something like that in a divorce settlement? Because
Right.
because it's like I mean, obviously, he married Kurt's daughter, but he doesn't have the attachment to it that she would.
Exactly.
Like,
He's-
why
he's-
would you-
He's probably just like, oh, I got this Kurt Cobain.
No, what he's
guitar.
gonna probably fucking do is sit on it for a few
Yeah,
years and
and
then put it
sell
up on
it.
auction.
Yeah.
Like, and to be a dick like that, and then to force her to possibly have to go and buy it back.
If I had something like that, I'd be like, all right, we need to get an air sealed case.
right? Yeah.
We need to keep this thing pristine.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are those nicks natural? Come on, dude, really? Who had this guitar? It says Kurt Cobain.
That would, man. That would piss me off.
Yeah. T.I. arrested for disorderly conduct and simple assault. I don't know what simple assault is, but
A simple assault, like he just like walked up and slapped the dude. Like,
got you. Gotcha, bitch.
what the five fingers say to the face?
Slap. Oh, man. You can't go wrong with Dave Chappelle. Like, the Chappelle show was the best. Yeah. So this is pretty cool. We got some upcoming tours. There's a lot of tour
Oh, I
announcements.
know. I've been seeing a lot of this popping up in my feed lately.
This one I kind of like freaked out about and almost ran out of breath.
Yeah, I had no idea about this one.
Tenacious D announced first U.S. tour in 5 years.
Thank fucking God.
Yeah. They also teased a new album.
What?
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get a tour and a new album.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What, they haven't done an album since, what, like 2012? 2011? Wasn't that the last one?
Somewhere, yeah. Somewhere around there.
Let's see here. Guar announced second run of the Blood of Gods U.S. tour. I still haven't gotten to see them live yet, and I've always wanted to.
Yeah.
Just so that's one of my bucket list things where I can just like
See Guar?
Yeah.
Tenacious D is one for me.
Yeah, well, both of them are ones that I have to see before I die.
Right.
But I don't know, Guar, it's fucking Guar, man. Like,
You got to see Guar. Got to get some blood sprayed on. Oh, not real blood, but you know, that fake blood.
yeah.
Cornstarch blood. Parkway Drive announced U.S. tour.
Yeah, I saw that. Who was it they just announced was on that tour with them?
I know
saw
August Burns Red's on that tour with them.
Yeah, that was one of the ones I saw.
Yeah.
I still haven't gotten a chance to check out the new Parkway Drive stuff yet.
Me
I heard
either.
a single from it like a while back that I thought was pretty good. But I know they were catching some flack for, changing up things, doing something different.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, of course you're going to do something different. Like, that's what you should be doing.
Right.
Constantly evolving.
We always evolve. Shit is choppy today.
Neck Deep announced the U.S. headlining tour.
Yeah, I think they're coming to Fort Wayne,
That could be
if I
fun.
remember right.
Although I kind of hate when shows come to Fort Wayne because it's like for where we are, it's like
It's almost like driving to Chicago.
exactly, and you might as well just go to Chicago for a show. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like next week, is it next week? No, the following week. That Ghost show is up in Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go to, and it's just not going to happen. Just
It's,
mostly because it's just like it's Fort Wayne. It's just too far.
Yeah, and
like,
it's not the drive there. It's like
it's the drive back
Yeah.
at like 1:00 in the morning.
Exactly.
And you get back at like 2 or 3, and
you're
just
driving
like,
and you're like,
exactly,
shit.
exactly,
everybody else is asleep, and you're like, fuck.
right.
But I do love going to concerts, but it's really, it makes it hard when you have to drive like over 2 hours out of the way.
Oh yeah,
And especially if you go to Chicago,
Unless
because on your way back you lose an hour because of the time change.
yeah. I mean, Chicago's not too bad if it's something you really want to go see. Like,
Right.
it could be worth it. Like,
Yeah. Well, the good news is that fixed the issue.
yeah,
So,
sweet.
All Time Low and Dashboard Confessional announce a co-headlining tour.
I saw that and I was like, what year is it? 2002? Don't get me wrong. I mean, I was all about some All-Time Low and Dashboard Confessional
Oh yeah.
back then.
I mean, if
but-
you want to go to a concert and cry for 3 hours. I mean, yeah. I love Dashboard and All Time Low, but man, they get you right in the feels.
Oh, right in the feels. And it's just like, it takes you right back, especially for somebody like me. Like, that takes me back to like high school. That's
Oh, yeah.
like, right in the middle of my high school years.
Yeah.
So that's like, oh God.
You're like, I don't want to remember that stuff.
Exactly. Some of this stuff, it's like, oh yeah, that was, and then other things, just like, man, I was such a dick.
Why did I act like that? It's because you were a dick.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that meme I saw the other day. It's like, you look depressed, and it said, thanks, it's the depression.
Oh, Future Islands plots North American fall tour.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Fish extend their North American summer tour into the fall.
I mean, honestly, does Fish ever stop touring?
No.
I mean, I think they're pretty much just always playing somewhere.
Yeah, man, they're just always swimming. Just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Oh, shit. I probably shouldn't do that. We don't have rights for that.
Yeah, that's true. Do it in like the Louis Armstrong voice.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds way too close to Fat Albert, though. We can't do that anymore.
True, yeah, you can't just imitate anyone. We all got problems.
All right.
All right, well, let's,
Should probably
yeah, hopefully we...
try and get a hold of them and get this going.
Yeah.
Hey.
What up, dudes?
Hey,
Hey.
sorry about all the delay.
Did you figure it out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties, man, every time.
Awesome. All right.
We're
Is that good?
learning. That is perfect.
Sweet.
This is also what happens when you do it all independently without a staff.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
true.
like it's not like we have producers and stuff behind the scenes actually doing this stuff. Like when you're doing everything yourself, it's all a bit more crazy.
I hear you.
All right. We are good to go, sir. I'll introduce ourselves. I'm Matt. This is Zach. He's actually filling in for one of our regular hosts. So,
Awesome. I'm Ryan.
yeah, that way people know, right? So you're Ryan from Rookie of the Year.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you give us a little background, a little history of Rookie of the Year, if you could?
All right. The band kind of formed like mid 2000s as a serious band, and then we signed to 111 Records. Do you remember that label?
Sounds
It was
familiar.
like us, the
Trying to-
Spill Canvas, and a band called This Day and Age, and a band called Rory, which
Oh,
became
okay.
the Phoenix that was on Victory Records.
Okay.
So it was just a few bands, and we signed to them, and then we put out a record called, like our first like signing record was The Goodnight Moon. Put that out, and we were the band that just toured like 11 months out of the year for like 7 years.
Oh, wow.
Like all the time. I think we would come home for like the Thanksgiving, Christmas, that like section where those are kind of like a month apart. We would come home for that and then leave again. So we were just like a touring band. We toured with everybody in the world. Not everybody in the world, but you know what I'm saying. We toured a lot. So yeah, we did that, and then in 2011 the band went on a hiatus of not doing stuff, and then some of the original guys that were in the band started a band called Small Pools. That's another band that's doing stuff, and then I kind of just took a break till the beginning of last year, and we came back as a full band, and we did like the Forever Sickest Kids reunion tour, He Is We, For the Win, Sherwood. We did a bunch of tours last year, and then at the beginning of this year, we started writing the new record, so we've just been in the studio trying to get it completed. So yeah, that's the history and what's going on.
You all right over there, Matt?
Yeah, I was just spot checking.
So, you guys just signed over to Cardigan Records. And,
We did. That's
so
the new big thing.
That's pretty awesome. I mean, so what's it been like now being a part of the Cardigan family?
It's been great. It's been fun. We released that Empty House song, and we've just been in the studio. The cool thing is Shane lives like 30 minutes from the studio, so he's been able to come in and hear the new stuff. So he can kind of critique what he likes or
Well, that's
doesn't like,
convenient.
if that makes sense. So yeah, we've just been working, doing that, and it's been great being on the label. I haven't met any of the other bands yet on the label. I think we've tweeted each other and said hi. And we're on a playlist together on Spotify. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I've known Shane for a long time, so I'm excited to work with him. Someone I can trust, so it makes sense, right?
Yeah, and that's something that you really need this day and age.
Right. And I'm in Atlantic. Where are you guys based out of? I'm in Atlantic City right now.
We're in Lafayette, Indiana.
Yes, it's about
Oh,
about halfway between Indianapolis and Chicago.
Okay. Is that by That's not by what's that town called? We used to play what's that band called? Asteria.
Oh,
Remember that?
okay, yeah.
Okay.
I haven't heard
They're-
that name in a long
They're
time.
from kind of around there, right?
I'm trying to remember where they were from.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It's,
Uh-huh.
I
They
haven't-
were like the cool Indiana band.
Yeah. They're from around here, somewhere in Indiana, obviously, because you said Indiana band. Yeah, I can't remember to save my life.
I can't either. I do remember them, but I can't remember where they were actually based out of.
That's awesome. I'm playing Atlantic City tonight, so and I drove the whole way here today, so I'm like out of my mind.
Oh, really?
So
That's a long...
actually, last night I drove a little bit, and then today I drove a lot. So it's been a rough day.
That's the real story about being a musician, right?
Oh, I know, right?
A lot of driving.
I'm doing the show solo, so it's not a full band show. So,
well, I guess that makes it somewhat easier. At least you don't have to worry about all the other guys in the van.
But I have to do all the driving and stay awake the whole time.
True.
So there's pros and cons for both ways.
So what about when you went on tour? Because you're out on tour with Ryan Cabrera, supporting Ryan Cabrera and with a few other bands as well, right?
Right. Well, tonight, so on the Ryan Cabrera tour, there's a bunch of headliner shows too that I'm doing, just solo shows. So actually, the next 4 days are just headlining shows, and then it joins back up with Ryan Cabrera on what day? Wednesday, next Wednesday. So
nice. I don't know why, but this the audio coming through FaceTime, it has your voice is pitched higher for some reason.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just don't want you to like go back through the interview and be like, why'd they make me sound like that?
God, it's something every time, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, why is it? I've literally not changed the pitch on the volume or anything.
Do you want to try FaceTiming me again?
Yeah, let's try to reconnect FaceTime. Maybe it's a
Okay.
connection issue. Sorry, man.
No, it's all good.
Jesus, always something.
Right?
All right, just call me back.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Sweet.
I would say we'd fix it in post, but it's live.
Right. Let me see here.
Oh, anyways. Well, I guess we'll just keep moving on here.
So wait, am I still really high?
All right, it's fixed.
Yeah.
It was weird, man. Like, I listened to it, and it made you sound like 10 years younger. Like,
Yeah.
It's like it pitched your voice up.
That's great.
Sorry about that. So you're out on tour. Was there anything you did like to prep for going out on tour? Is there anything? Do you have like a certain routine you do anytime you go out?
No, just spend money on merch.
Yeah. You got to spend money to make money, right?
Yeah. No, I don't. Not really. I mean, I try to always do a few new songs, so I'll try to bring like a full band new song to acoustic style if it's going to be solo. So sometimes it takes a second to kind of work out how to do it, because you're going to do it differently. Because you don't have drums and all the fun stuff. So I guess I did that.
That's pretty cool.
So, I mean, I assume it's been going pretty well for you. You seem to be having a good time.
Yeah, the shows are cool. My favorite show was probably the Raleigh show so far, which is my hometown show. So
Hometown shows are always awesome.
yeah, it was great. So I did that, and then got a bunch of new merch. And then I'm trying out, like I said, I'm just trying out the new songs, like learning them acoustic. So that's fun to do because some of them I've only played like once ever. So, and then I'll do all the old songs, obviously, after that, or mixed in.
Right.
So,
When you're out there playing, do you ever have people, shout out, songs they want to hear, and then you're just like, yeah, I'll play that, or like, no, I got to stick to the set list that I got.
oh
going.
no, if someone shouts out a song and I can play it, I'll play it. Like in Charlotte, a lot of people wanted to hear older songs, so they wanted to hear like Blue Roses and Silhouettes and songs like that. So I just played them and cut out newer ones. So, but yeah, if I know the song and they yell it out, I'll play it for sure.
That's awesome.
For sure. So, or sometimes I'll do a medley. Like if there's a bunch of different songs and there's like 4 or 5 songs and they're all in the same key, I'll just kind of do like a quick like medley of all 4.
Right.
See, when it's one guy doing that, you can get away with it. But if a band does that, it's like you could just be fucking up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's gonna go.
Because
So
I've
bad.
had that happen before, where like we had a couple of songs that were like in the same key and roughly in the same setup, and then you get yourself lost for a second, and you're like, "Oh shit, which one is this?" Like,
What band are you in?
oh, this was years ago. I was in a metal band several years ago that we had a couple of songs that were similar. In fact, I think we ended up like completely like Xing one out of the set list completely because it was too similar to another one. And so we had issues where they would merge and then we would get lost. Like, wait, which one is which?
Right.
And then you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe we did that. Of course, in most places that you play, like, unless you've got like hardcore fans there that know your stuff, like
Right.
most people aren't going to catch it, or they'll think you're just being creative.
Yeah, if you're doing like an out of city show, like somewhere random, you can just do whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
Oh yeah.
We used to do that. Rookie used to do that. Well, my old band, Feral to Fashion, we would always write these songs and never finish them, so we would just like ad lib live, and it was kind of like, it was hard. It was like drop D, like chuggy, but like poppy too. So we would just go on these weird bridges and just like vibe out, and then kind of look at each other when it would come back into the chorus. It flowed right. Somehow.
If you got good guys that are used to working together, or at least have a good feel together, you can get away with that, and it's actually can be a lot of fun to
Yeah,
just kind of
sure.
go off on these jam sessions and kind of improvise parts of the songs.
There's do you guys know the band Appleseed Cast?
It doesn't sound familiar to me,
They're
but
like a indie kind of band, but they do that in a lot of their songs. They'll just go on these weird tangents, and it's like so weird, but their music's kind of pretty, whatever. They're kind of like explosions in the sky kind of band, and they'll just go off on these little tangents that aren't like the record, and it just sounds so cool. And then they'll come back in with like like the ending chorus at the end. It's incredible. But they're like I think jazz musicians or something playing pop music.
oh yeah, and if you're jazz trained, like man, you that's what you're used to doing is like all this improvisation shit,
Right.
Like,
Yeah, right. So, I don't know. Tonight in my hometown is the Newfound Glory Ryan Key Movie Life show.
Oh man.
So I'm missing that tonight. I wanted to go see that so bad.
Dude, the movie life. Man. I knew like Newfound Glory was, still doing their thing, but I didn't know
Yeah,
movie
it's
life was.
like a weird like throwback tour. It's like Newfound Glory obviously is headlining, and then it's like Ryan Key from Yellow Card doing Ocean Avenue acoustic, and then Movie Life, and then there's one other big band on it, and I forgot who it was. Oh, Bayside.
Oh, nice.
oh man,
How awesome is that bill? It's like everybody used to like 10 years ago.
oh man,
Yeah, and it's all together. It's like, yeah, like you said, flashback tour.
Yeah, it's great. It's sold out in Raleigh tonight, or Chapel Hill. So I'm bummed out. I'm not gonna see it.
Yeah, that's awesome though that they're selling it out.
Oh, absolutely. That's great. For sure, for sure.
I was at Warped Tour one year, and singer for Yellow Card, they played that year. I think it was like 05 or 06.
Mm-hmm.
They stopped through Indianapolis, and
Wait, there was an Indianapolis Warped Tour?
yeah, they come through.
yeah, every year.
Yeah.
Oh, I
It's
didn't-
yeah, it's usually in like at the end of July,
huh.
and
Rookie's done Warped 3 times.
oh really?
I forgot that there was an Indianapolis one. I guess there is.
We usually get shafted though on the lineups.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the good bands drop off and do like other shows in other areas instead of coming through indie a lot of times. Like I mean, even like for this year,
Seriously, drop off Warp to go do a headliner?
yeah, like even this year with it being the last one, like I was surprised at like how many of the bands that like everybody was like you saw the lineup for this final Warp tour and you're like, oh, that's awesome, and then we look at like the Indianapolis dates and it's like half the ones that we wanted to see aren't even on it.
Oh yeah, that's how it is for Charlotte. There's like, I mean, there's people coming, but none of the like cool ones are coming at all. I thought it was cool how Kevin Lyman's flying in Pennywise to close out the festival in Miami or South Florida, and they're gonna close it out with Broham.
That's pretty
That's
awesome.
Cool. That's pretty epic, actually.
Yeah, I keep seeing like more are jumping on for like a few select dates. I saw that Census Fail
the
jumped
tickets
on.
are doing really good for
I
it,
think
so
Census
bands are
Fail's-
like, oh, we got to play it now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Didn't Census Fail jump on the indie one?
Yeah, they'll be in
Yeah.
Indy now. So
Oh, that's cool.
That-
I
that
saw
might
Census
actually
Fail,
make
like, a
me
few
wanna
weeks
go.
back. They were great.
yeah, I remember when their that first EP came out, and as kids you're like, oh, I want to play that music. So you learn their music, and then you're covering it at shows and everything, and people are like, what the hell's this?
Oh, absolutely. That's great.
But hey, we had fun. That's the point of doing it, right?
Hey, if you're not having fun, don't do it, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you're working on a new record, correct?
Yes.
And you've is that going to be that record's going to be under Cardigan, correct?
Yes.
So you got you put out the video for Empty House. Is there any other videos you're working on for any new releases coming up, or?
We'll probably finish. What I think is going to happen, we'll probably finish most of all the songs for the record, and then we'll pick one that we think's like a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll definitely shoot a new one for that. Probably two. We'll probably shoot 2 videos. And so, some lyric videos. Well, my favorite thing now is these lyric videos that are like actual, like almost music videos. I mean, it's
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
all shot, and then the words still go. So I want to shoot some of those because I think those are really neat, and it makes, I don't know, I think the fans connect more when you watch the lyrics pop across. And there's a story theme going in the background of it.
Exactly.
So I want to shoot some of those, but we'll definitely shoot like another like cool video for whatever song we think's a cool one for the record or whatever.
So how far along are you guys with the album at this point?
I would say I'm going to say a weird number. I'm going to say we are 2/5. We have on like tape right now. We have like 2 songs kind of almost there, and then lots of different ideas. We're just trying to figure out like, do we go like more of the old school Rookie sound, or kind of bring in like these new like the new sounds of like what you hear now in music, and kind of tie it together, but still have that kind of like classic Rookie sound, with like falsettos and like pretty stuff. I don't know. We're just trying to figure out like the in between, the middle ground, the find.
That's what I find is got to be like the hardest, especially for somebody like you guys who've been around for a long time and have kind of established a sound to a certain degree. It's like you got to ride that line between like, is it just rehashing, or is it like, but then if you go the other way and you become too new and different, then you get accused of not being the same band, and it's like a no-win situation a lot of times. Like
right, yeah. No, exactly. That's so, or maybe do half of the record kind of old school, and then kind of run a weird direction for the other songs, so it kind of pleases everybody. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea what's gonna happen, because that's what's been going on right now as of writing. So.
Well, it's like when you're an artist and you're a writer, it's like you constantly want to be like improving and changing and evolving and becoming. You're always bettering yourself. You're always out to better yourself.
Right.
But it's like it's hard to do that without sometimes completely alienating fans. Like, I mean, although I guess like
there's lots of bands out right now. Well, Under Oath's getting that really bad right now. So.
Well, the thing is, but what I found was I actually really liked the new Under Oath album. Like,
that Bloodlust song is like my favorite Under Oath song.
yeah, I had no problems with that album. Like, I mean,
I think it's more. I don't know. That record's like, I don't know. I was gonna say musicians will really like that record. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe
and
that's
then, like, the average
that's why
listener that goes to
think it's
Hot
fun.
Topic maybe not like that record or something. If that makes sense.
Right. People are like, this isn't what I heard.
Yeah, I think when you and I were talking about it, I think didn't I say something to you about like because you hadn't heard it yet, and I was like, to me it sounds like they've matured. And
Yeah.
I don't mean
Oh,
that.
yeah,
I don't mean
definitely.
that in a we're going adult with this. I mean, yeah, they dropped a couple F-bombs, but who cares? But like, it was a matter of like, it sounds like as a band they matured and moved to that next step. Like for me, that's what it sounded like.
For sure. And I think what I'm really excited about is whatever they do next. Like if they do another record, well, it'll probably be like a year and a half or 2 years from now. But whatever that comes out of that, if they continue being a band, I think that's going to be like their gold piece.
Yeah.
Like whatever they do next, because they took time off and they didn't write together, and then they did this one. And I think this record's great, but I think now that they're all kind of back together, they'll kind of mesh and like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever they release next, even if it's like just a single or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I would take something like that as kind of like inspiration for like what you guys are doing in the studio and stuff too, as far as like that idea of just be yourself. I mean, ultimately, the people who have been with you from the beginning are gonna still be with you if they really care that much.
Right.
Like, and I guess those who drop off, let them drop off.
Right.
At least that's how I look at it. I mean, but
Yeah, I mean, it happens. People, I've done it. Like I used to listen to a lot of bands, and I just don't anymore. It's because I'm getting old.
What's your guys' top 5 bands?
Oh,
I don't
This
know if I
moment, like today.
today. Jesus, I don't know. That would really depend.
I mean, I think I can name my top 5. Number 1 would be Thrice for me. Number 2,
Hurricane by Thrice is like my favorite
Yeah.
song. That was my go.
Dude, when they dropped that album, I was like, what?
I know, I wasn't expecting that at all.
Then,
That record's incredible.
oh yeah, City and Colors definitely another one for me.
Very cool.
August Burns Red, Between the Buried and Me, and probably The Deer Hunter.
Nice.
Those are good ones.
That's a good list.
Yeah.
I can't see. My problem is I can't put them in like a ranking order because they're constantly shifting around, like depending on my mood. I mean, they're the bands that I always, I guess, fall back on. Like, I would have to say, like, one of the bands that I've continuously fallen back on over the years is Cursive. Like, I've gone back to them time and time and time again. Like, and I mean,
That's another band that. Who did I go see? I think I went and saw like Bright Eyes, and then Cursive was opening right when the Ugly Organ came out.
Oh,
I was like,
man.
I was like a kid.
you suck,
think
man. I
went
would
to
have
that
loved to
show
have
at
seen
Aid
that.
from Cardigan. Maybe.
I would have
But,
loved to have gone to that.
Yeah, that was like like I've never seen someone with a cello and like so heavy. I was just like thrown back by that. I was like, what?
Oh yeah, the Ugly Organ is probably my favorite of theirs, and then Happy Hollow is a close second. I mean, I also really enjoy their early years just because it's that indie kind of post-hardcore sound that they kind of were playing with.
Right. Yeah, for
But
sure.
like, I mean, I think really the only thing of theirs I didn't particularly care for was that was it Mama I'm Swollen or whatever, that one that came out in like 2010 or something like that. I didn't really care for that one. But the last album they did was really good.
Yeah.
Gemini. I'm Gemini.
So Cursive, you have 4 more.
Oh God. Like I said, it depends on moods. I mean, Under Oath has always been in my top 5. I've been like a huge Norma Jean fan for years, since way back, even before they had changed their name to Norma Jean.
Ludacris?
Yep, when they were Ludacris. I actually
Yeah,
got to see them twice
so
when they were
this
Ludacris.
is-
So
This is a funny story. I used to actually book that band. I would book them all up the East Coast. I wasn't their booking agent, but I would book them in North Carolina, and then I would book like 4 more shows to help them out.
Mhm.
Or if they were doing a weekend, like a Thursday through Sunday or something like that, I would book them all for them. Back in the day when they were Ludacris.
that's pretty awesome. Like I loved the Ludacris days, and I felt like those days they were just insane. Like,
Oh, it's so crazy.
just like the shows, like I just remember like you knew shit was gonna go down. Like something crazy was gonna happen. But they've always been in my top 5.
They used to bring those TVs and turn them on. It was like static on top of the amps.
Yeah.
They're just these like super skinny, like pale kids.
Uh-huh.
Empire's going crazy. I was
Oh
like,
God!
this
Well,
is
that was
dope.
they were one of the first bands I ever saw live that would do that crazy stuff. Like that would just like it would just go out there with just reckless abandon. Like they didn't care. And what was fun about it was it's like maybe they would mess up guitar parts or whatever, but it didn't matter. Like the show was just so good that it was like you couldn't help but walk away being amazed.
Right.
No, you're right. You're totally right. Like they were so cool in my eyes back then. I would literally drag people to the show and pick them up,
Right?
Just see them.
Right? Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm totally right there with you, man.
So let's see, what is that? It's like 4. Is that 3 or 4? I'm up to now.
That's 3.
That's 3. So,
Oh no, that's 4.
that's 4. So, I don't know. I mean, right now, like I've been really into the Physics House Band, like instrumental band. Like they're really good. Like really good. Like they're one of those bands that like you listen to and you're just like, all right, I'm putting my guitar down. I'm walking away. Like
Yeah, I hear you.
like I'm never gonna reach that. Like I'm just.
That's cool.
But,
I love bands like that.
Yeah, I mean that's it. Like I said, it changes constantly. So, I mean that's where I'm at right now, I guess.
Well, there you go.
It's a solid top 5.
Yeah, that was a good top 5.
Well, so you want to tell us about your music video for Empty House? What it what it represents?
Yeah, we shot the video. My family has a lake house on the border of North Carolina and Virginia on Carr Lake, which is the biggest lake in Virginia, North Carolina. They recently sold it, and it's been in our family for like 54 years, I think.
Oh wow.
So we went and shot a video there just so I could capture the memories of being a kid and like, going to the lake. Which a lot of my songs, we wrote the Goodnight Moon record there and we wrote the Most Beautiful record in that cabin. So it's just a good place to go and get away from the city, and you can play loud as long as you want to because you're in the woods.
Right.
So yeah, it was a big part of my life, like a huge part of my life. So we went and shot it, and I thought that would fit the vibe of the song because it's actually real what's happening in the video. He like literally followed me around, and we just walked around. I was like explaining things in the house to the camera guy, and he just shot cool parts. And then I sang it on that chair, the song, like 2 times, and then we were done.
Wow.
So it was super cool to capture all that and go back there and knock it all out. So yeah, that's that song. That song, like, the video is actually, it's actually like it's a real thing that happened. So it's kind of cool. Most videos are all like portraying stuff that's like just like written out.
Right.
But yeah, it was cool. I was super stoked to get that and like get it down and get it out. So it was cool for sure. So, but the rest of the record won't be piano songs. It'll be harder.
Do you have a release date for the new record? Or are you still kind of throwing that around?
We're throwing that around right now.
It's a good plan.
We have
Don't-
one song that's like with the 2 new songs. One of them sounds super Jimmy Futures kind of vibe, Jimmy Eat World Futures, and then the other one just sounds like a classic like Rookie song. And then there's a acoustic song that it's kind of like a Hey There Delilah, but not. It's a little bit more like there's cussing in it. So it's just like a song kind of like that. That's just like an acoustic thing. It's only like a minute and a half. We have those 3 kind of all whatever ready to go, and then the new ones we'll do probably 2 more like kind of like the whole old school vibe, and then we'll do a bunch with like kind of bring in that new sound like we were talking about before, and kind of like venture out where I think my head, like wherever I think it's gonna go, and not try to like sound like a old project. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
That's awesome. Well, I think people definitely look forward to it.
Yeah, people are excited. People are super excited. So I think it's gonna come out cool.
I think it will. Because when was your last record? When was that released?
I did one on my own in 2013, and it was the Goodnight Moon Part 2, but it never had like a proper like push. I just used the Facebook on Rookie of the Year. I just to be real with you, I just needed money, so I put out a record.
Right.
And I was stoked on it, you know, and I went in and did my best. And the record came out, I thought, really good. I think it's my favorite one out of all of them. But I was like, hey, I'm going to do this. Because I took a break for 4 years, did that record, but I didn't really do that much touring off of it. We went to Europe with the band May, and then we did one big U.S. tour called the Goodnight Moon Tour. And that was it. So now being back and like doing, you know, tour after tour, you know, back to back, I think it'll bring a new light to the whole situation.
For sure.
And my hotel's actually I'm in the Tropicana in Atlantic City. I'm in a casino right now.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking, I was like, we should totally on camera, because you're not allowed to have cameras at the tables. I was gonna be like, we should totally put like $20 or something on like black on roulette, and we can all do it on the podcast.
That would have been awesome. Yeah. Too bad they wouldn't let us, right?
Yeah, they don't allow cameras down there. So I was like, all right, never mind.
Yeah.
That'd be so funny.
Just take like
I think
a
that's
poll.
illegal though, the videotape it, so we can get in trouble.
Take a poll of like the people who are watching. Just be like, all right, what are we putting it on?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
we don't have casinos in North Carolina besides one way out on the other side, so I never go to them. So
yeah,
it's fun to stop at one here and there if you're on tour.
never been to a casino.
Yeah, it's like we've only got the one area, don't we?
Yeah. It's like up north,
close
to Michigan and Chicago, somewhere around there.
Yep.
Oh
yeah,
man,
Chicago has like 6.
Yeah, way too many.
You have the blue chip.
Blue chip.
Yep.
See, I don't even know the names of them.
Straight north from you guys.
Yep. That's what it is.
Isn't there like a boat too? Like there's a casino boat somewhere.
Yeah, there's a boat right before you get into Chicago. There's 2 of them right there.
And it was at this point that unfortunately the interview was cut short because of the outage in the area. We do apologize for those technical issues, but we do want to thank Rookie of the Year for taking the time out of his day to come hang out and talk with us. Thank you to Cardigan Records for working with us. We didn't want to scrap the interview because there's a lot of good stuff in there. There's a lot of good stories, and we just wanted to put it together the best we could to make it, seem together, and this is what we came up with. So we do apologize, but Rookie of the Year is out on tour with Ryan Cabrera. So if you're in the area or if they're coming to your area, go out if you can. If you can't, it's understandable. But check out the music video for Empty House. It's really awesome. It makes that story about the cabin even better. So once again, thank you for sticking with us through the technical issues. Thank you to Rookie of the Year and Cardigan Records. We will see you next week.